the show.
Yep, buddy. Rolling like a big shot. How are you? Oh, wait a second. Despite my futile attempts to make the... All right, what about now, Funkhouser? Is that better? There you go. All right. We are up in the game today. How might you be doing? Funkhouser, what's the title of today's show?
The Atticus Mistake.
The Atticus Mistake. We are, of course, referring to Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, it's become rather en vogue to give your kids old-timey names these days, and Atticus, I guess, is a name that's struck a bit of a chord with a lot of new parents of late. Literary figure, one that stood for humanity and equality, and, a lot of people have been naming their kids Atticus, as it turns out. However, what with there having been a sequel to Kill a Mockingbird released years and years and years later, just came out, it's turned out that naming your kid Atticus, not necessarily such a good move because of what happens in the sequel. Why? We'll get into all that later. Right now, though, Funkhouser, do you have the news ready to go? I feel like just diving in today. I feel like today we should start with dessert in our segment, My Witness News. In no way, shape, or form fair. Certainly not balanced. If you want to join in the conversation, you can tweet me at ADSXE is where you can find me on Twitter. Also, holler at super producer to the stars, Barry Funkhouser at FunkFM Funkhouser. A, how are you? B, what's going on in the world?
Things are toasty, man. Things are toasty. You know, we do the news in the beginning, and, you leave all the good parts out for the end. It's like, when you have to eat your Brussels sprouts and you've eaten your ice cream first. And now you
Today
have to...
we are starting with the ice cream. Speaking of giving yourself a treat, you took yesterday off.
Oh, yeah, I did take yesterday off, didn't I? Yeah. It was hump day. Hello.
How'd that go? How'd it work out? I mean, you used a personal day so you could go. I was like, because this is how the conversation started. Hey, man, is it okay if I take Wednesday off? Yeah, sure. What's going on Wednesday? I'm trying to go to Temecula. Really? What's in Temecula? Then I was like, wait a second. Why does a guy burn a vacation day in the middle of the week and drive to a faraway city? I was like, oh, there's a chance there's a girl there that's going to let him see her naked. Did that happen?
I did some wine tasting.
Uh-huh.
And I met some Temeculans.
Mm-hmm.
And, all of that you said. Affirmative.
Yes on the naked girl.
Yes.
Now, I'm of the opinion that this might have been a bit of a casual thing.
What do you mean casual?
Casual in that yesterday you were asking me for tips on how to put together your Match.com profile. Or was it Plenty of Fish, or was it Tinder, or are you just on all of them? Casting a wide net, so to speak.
Casting a wide net. Well, once you suddenly become single again, you have to figure out how to be single again. And since we sit in a padded cell all day long talking to each other, not even in the same place...
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to meet people.
Yeah.
So, yes, I'm on all of the things, and I hate my profile, and I hate my pictures, and I hate everything about it. But, I'm talking to some girls. It's kind of interesting.
The picture of you that you chose as your default picture, the one that you were showing me, is you at your other job. And your other job is working for porn radio. So it's you flanked by numerous porn stars that... We're all very clear on this. Look like porn stars in that picture. And
I figured I'd get it out of the way in the beginning.
You've got your hand. You're sitting in the middle of all these chicks that are clearly adult actresses, mattress actresses, if you will.
It's also my Twitter picture, too, so you can see it there.
Your hands are joined together in the center of your face in a way that could only be described as Mr. Burns-ish.
I look very unhappy to be there.
There you are, flanked by porn stars, and making motions with your hands that can only be translated in someone's mind's eye to the words, "Yes, excellent." I was thinking, well, maybe that's a little alienating to girls. Maybe it's a little intimidating to girls. Maybe you want to go with something that's a little bit more approachable for your default picture on a dating website. Because on that, it certainly doesn't make it look like you got problems meeting girls.
Well, the thing about girls are getting paid for being there,
right?
Sure,
yeah. Sure.
But it definitely weeds out people because when I was in a relationship, I would look on the dating sites as a female. And,
wait, hold on. Well, hold on. That's a whole lot of what the hell. When you were in a relationship, you would still look at dating sites as a female?
No. I mean, I would look at her date because I met my ex through a crappy website, and she still had hers active.
Oh,
so I would look at it just to see what kind of guys.
Doesn't exactly pump you full of confidence. When
you're supposed to trust somebody.
Up with her for the better part of when you've been shacked up with her for the better part of a year, she's still got her dating website up. Yeah.
Well, I deleted mine, so that goes to show you that. But I just want to see what kind of guy. Like, I was interested to see how men solicit themselves on a dating site. Because there's several different angles you can choose from, and I hate every one of them. And all the pictures are like, here's a model picture of me. Here's my bust. Here's me without a shirt on. Here's me by some train tracks. Like that's the majority of like what dudes' pictures are on dating sites. So I just wanted to have a ton of porn stars there to be different and to weed out the crazy or collect the crazy.
I was going to say, I don't know if you're weeding out the crazy. You might attract a certain, he hangs out with porn stars. I'm as hot as one of them. I'm as hot as one of them. Swipe right.
I couldn't believe it when I finally clicked. The truth about how deep I'm really getting ticked. Uncle Sam bends me over with no lube every April, and I'm proud to be an American.
iHeartRadio shines the spotlight on Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses formed in Los Angeles, California in 1985. The classic lineup, assigned to Geffen Records in 1986, consisted of vocalist Axl Rose, lead guitarist Slash, rhythm guitarist Izzy Stradlin, bassist Duff McKagan, and drummer Steven Adler. The band released 6 studio albums, accumulating sales of more than 100 million albums worldwide. A year after its release, Guns N' Roses' debut album, Appetite for Destruction, reached number 1 on the Billboard 200 on the strength of the hit Sweet Child of Mine. The album has sold in excess of 28 million copies worldwide, including 18 million units sold in the United States. The success of their debut was followed by their well-received GNR Lies in 1988.
I knew I missed her, so I had to keep her. She's buried right in my backyard.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Guns N' Roses coming up. iHeartRadio goes one-on-one with Mike Rutherford to discuss that even though there were generational difficulties, his father was always quite supportive.
You've got to understand, I'm sure it's the same over here, but in the UK, in England, that generational change from my father's era to my era, he was the English Empire days, 2 world wars. It was hard to communicate. There was a big divide between us. It's just there was no dialogue, really. You couldn't discuss things because there was no sort of platform to share conversations on. But no, he was supportive, and in a way, given that he hadn't got a clue what I was doing, in those what parent did in those days, music, long hair and a guitar. He was given that. He was very supportive.
Keep listening to iHeartRadio for more Mike Rutherford and all your favorite artists.
Although
Hey, you, what's that sound? I'm coming so loud from your radio dial. AD, be getting down when you're rocking the jams.
So today in the show, we have all sorts of things to discuss. The sexiest male and female members of Congress. That list is out. Jerry Seinfeld and David Letterman want to pull blurbs that they wrote for Bill Cosby off of a book. Somewhat understandably, we have some related Cosby news. Also, the name Atticus, very popular in this day and age. Lots of hipster parents giving their kids old-timey names with literary references, and because of To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus. There's a lot of kids running around with the name Atticus at the moment. Turns out, based on the sequel of To Kill a Mockingbird that just came out last week, you might have done a bit of a wrong in there. We'll discuss exactly why later on in the show. Right now, though, let's get back to the events of today. In our segment, My Witness News, not fair, not balanced, but all ours. Funkhouser,
Yeah.
when we last spoke, you were working on your dating profile.
This is not news.
This is not. Oh, really? It's news to me.
Yeah, back to my online dating profile. I'm a super nerd, 34 years old, looking for a nerdess.
You know, it's funny because you sent me like a screenshot of your dating profile.
God, it's
There's one
horrible.
with you. The what?
It's horrible. It's terrible. Horrible.
I sent, I looked at it, and it's you hanging out with a bunch of porn chicks with your hands clasped in front of your face. And these are clearly porn chicks, by the way, if people missed the conversation earlier. Like, they could be nothing but porn people. They are dressed like porn people. They look like porn people. And
So
like
you're saying it's obvious.
Yeah, like a young king, Funkhouser is sitting in the center of all these scantily clad, definitely porny women, and his hands are clasped together in a Mr. Burns-esque way that just implies his mental subtext at that moment is, yes, excellent. And I was like, this might be a little alienating to certain females. He's like, dude, I'm not looking for a wife. But what if you are? What if you are? And so I was like, well, why don't you counteract it by making your second picture a different part of your personality. Funkhouser is really good with dogs. We all think that's adorable. And so I was like, why don't you put yourself with a picture of one of your puppies or a kitten or something like that?
Is that universal?
And
Do we all think that's adorable?
What?
Guys
Anybody
with
that
dogs?
doesn't like dogs is someone that you don't want to spend time
I
with.
know,
Trust me
it's
on
true,
this
yeah.
one. It's not as satisfying to have sex with someone that has no soul. So, anyways... Anywho, like you send me a picture of you. Exactly, it's fire and brimstone stuff. You send me a picture of you with a dog, and the dog, make no mistake about it, looks adorable. You look like a psycho killer. Like you chose the picture with the craziest expression and the most vacant eyes. And I was like, I'm like really good friends with Funkhouser. I think he's a lovely, lovely individual, and this picture of him scares me.
Does not come across as open and inviting. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it comes across as a whole lot of crazy. It was supposed to be like, hey, when I'm not hanging out with porn stars, I'm a sweet guy that enjoys the company of puppies. But what it came out looking like was, hey, when I'm not in the company of porn stars, it looks like I'm about to sacrifice a puppy. Like, that's,
Okay, then. I deleted.
wasn't the desired effect. And look, I'm not a chick. I don't have the answers. But what I think you should do is enlist the help of a female friend. And be like, what would you think of me if,
Female friend. Let me think about that for a second. Find one.
Have a female friend go through all your pictures on Facebook and choose the most inviting ones that capture your innate sweetness and cleverness, and put those up on your dating website. That's what I think you should do.
Any female or a trustworthy female?
Well, a trustworthy female? Maybe you should make this a bit at your other job when you go do the porny radio with the porny people.
I should have them pick it out?
I think maybe you should have them pick it out. Now, you want to be selective with this, but I think the porny people would probably like this because this is normal people stuff. It's not like it's the first time they've been asked to look at like publicity photos that didn't involve being down on all fours with a ball gag and a gimp mask in a long time. It's like, hey, they want to participate in some normal people stuff? I bet they'll find it refreshing. Refreshing. That's how they'll find it. Yep.
Refreshing. Okay, I'll try that.
I'll
get back to you.
Maybe we should, once you get your profile sorted out, maybe we should tweet out a link to it. So, yeah, you know what? Send me a link to your dating profiles. I'll tweet it out.
No problem.
And
sounds like that's not embarrassing at all.
Right. And
how about
then
after
we'll
we
have
perfect
people,
it?
What we should have, we'll tweet out links to your dating profiles and have people judge you. And by that method, we will whittle down the appropriate photos. Sounds like a good idea to me. Yay! A bit that involves our personalities and lifestyle. Fantastic. This is radio. Do you have anything to add to the Funkhouser is back on the market conversation?
No, just that the news time is 9:20.
Okay. All right, let's get into some news.
Khloe Kardashian will host her own talk show called Cocktails with Khloe.
Yep. Spelled with a K. Both of them, because Chloe is spelled with a K, so Cocktails is now being spelled with a K. So joke's on you, everyone who thought you could go more than 5 seconds without hearing from a Kardashian. What do you think?
What's
of the
she
name
going to talk
Cocktails?
about?
I don't know. What do you think of the name Cocktails with Chloe?
It looks obscene, but so I kind of like it.
I guess,
but I don't know.
They probably went with that because
Days that end in Y with Chloe, probably, if it's cocktails.
No wine. Apparently, Shameless Fame Horn Knightley was taken, so they had to go with something. That's awesome news. Replied absolutely no one with a life or self-respect. Go on.
Kendall Jenner got a nipple ring.
Oh, yeah. Or as I look at it, a nipple ring got a desperate attention whore. Go on.
My size in the news? Yeah. Miley Cyrus will host
on your dating profile,
yeah.
Don't refer to Miley Cyrus as my side.
Okay, can I just not refer to her at all on my dating
I think
profile?
that would probably be the best course of action. But in fact, even in person, if you go on a date based on one of these dating profiles you have, maybe if Miley Cyrus should happen to pop up in the conversation, avoid referring to her as my side until you get to know the person a little bit better. That's okay. I
think a good rule is never, ever bring up my side, except in the news.
Right, okay.
And I'm just an abbreviator, so that's what that's all about. Miley Cyrus is going to host this year's MTV VMAs.
I believe Miley is busy picking out what outfits not to wear as we speak. Did you see she tweeted out yet another naked picture of her? And it was like naked. I think there was like some liquid paint on her boobs.
Meh.
It's just, she looks like a praying mantis naked. It was just like, she's like, let me be. It was actually, the Seinfeldian thing, bad naked. Like, naked's kind of cool, but like in certain positions, doesn't matter how attractive you are. If you're coughing, if you're bending over to fix your bicycle chain, like that's not good naked. Nothing, Squatting tends to be a bad idea when you're naked. Yeah. Miley Cyrus is squatting in this picture, and she looks like this creepy stick insect thing that she, when she's always like, nudity is no big deal. It's not meant to be sexy. It's just meant to be natural. Well, she's managed to take the sexy out of nudity for me. Go on.
Members of the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC are teaming up for a horror movie.
Yeah. Made by the people that brought you Sharknado, I think. It reportedly will be a terrifying tale about a bunch of middle-aged dudes desperately fleeing from the looming specter of complete irrelevance. I
hope it's good. Did you see Zombievers? Have you ever heard of that one?
No. You sent me a link to it.
That's one to see.
It's in my Netflix instant queue. I think it was one of those. You know how things used to be straight to DVD. Now it's straight to Netflix. I believe that Zombiever. I think you were probably the only person that saw it in its theatrical release. But it's now on Netflix, and I look forward to watching it.
We'll try to get through at least half of it because it's a struggle until the Zombievers start coming out. That's my recommendation.
I'll check out Zombievers. What else?
Charlize Theron says she once invited President Obama to a strip club.
Of course, he politely declined the offer. Only because the strip club was nowhere near a golf course. I actually saw two men fight over Charlize Theron once.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Two
the type
random
of female
guys
that is so jaw-droppingly hot that I was on tour, and she was dating one of the guys in one of the other bands. And I think had been sort of like flirting with his guitar player or something. But apparently, and I didn't see it, having seen her up close and personal, I was like, okay. Yeah, I get it. I like bigger cans. Call me a Philistine, but I like bigger cans. It wasn't really my thing. But apparently the guitar player in this band, who hated the lead singer, was really into her as well. And she'd been around for 3 or 4 tour dates. And at one point, tensions boiled over. And one member of this band tackled another member of this band, and they started fighting with each other. And I was like, what's going on there? And they're like, they're fighting over Charlize Theron. I was like, she must be looking at that being like, and my work here is done. Well done, Charlize Theron. Well done. What else?
Here's some Bruce Springsteen news.
The boss.
That actually wasn't a bad Springsteen.
Well, I'm reading the news, and it's 9:25, and it's overcast outside, so I put my top up.
I don't know.
And somebody lost their job at the plant. What will they do now? They're a veteran.
I never got into
Shame,
him, but
don't you know?
I have a friend that's a super Boss fan.
Oh, I love Bruce Springsteen. But go on.
I think I'm be a 40-year-old Bruce fan,
Well,
He gave a surprise concert in a Jersey Shore bar.
Yeah, there you go. Bruce Springsteen, being the folksy hometown boy that he is, gave a surprise concert in a Jersey Shore bar. I think he stuck around afterwards to autograph tank tops and press-on nails and Camaros. Go on.
Tara Reid says something. She says people always ask her serious questions about sharks.
Right, because she's in Sharknado. Like all the Sharknado movies star Tara Reid. And people think she knows stuff about sharks because of it. And as we all know, her real-life experience, mostly limited to crabs. Itchy. Very, very itchy. Thank you. Thank you for that appropriate use of the Karate Kid button.
Whoopah!
I, in a comedic way, just swept the leg. Rather. Go on.
I think he sweeped it.
Sweeped it.
Brad Pitt got a tattoo honoring his wife and kids.
At age 50. Like, or 50, however old he is now. I mean, he's like... I wonder if... Did he have tattoos before? I'm, unsurprisingly, not that familiar with Brad Pitt's body. Did he have kids? I mean, did he have tattoos before? Or is this the first thing?
I don't know.
Strange.
Would you get a tattoo honoring your wife and kids if you had wives and kids?
I don't know, man. Like, do you have tattoos?
No.
See, I don't.
I'm not opposed to them, but it's just, not really for me.
Absolutely everyone I know has a tattoo, and absolutely everyone I know is surprised that I don't. They're like, really? You seem like the type of person that would. And I have been meaning to get a tattoo since I was about 15 years old. And the reason that I've never gotten a tattoo is I could never settle on anything that I wanted on my body forever. I could never come up with that. It's funny, like, I was asked this recently. I was like, nah, nothing permanent stuck. And I'm very, very glad, given some of the ideas that I had for tattoos over the years.
Dodged a bullet, did you?
Absolutely dodged a bullet. Like, I remember when I was 15, I was determined to get the Led Zeppelin Angel, from the cover of the album on my shoulder. Glad I didn't do that. I mean, I like Led Zeppelin, but, that was the year of Zeppelin. When I was 15, all I did was listen to Zeppelin and think Bonham was the greatest thing in the world and, wanted to play drums exactly like him. And cut to years later, I like Zeppelin, but I don't listen to him all that often. I no longer play drums, and I kind of don't care in the same way that I used to. So I dodged that bullet. Then a buddy of mine who'd been through some kind of rough times, he got a tattoo, and he said we were going to get matching tattoos that said strength through pain. Yeah. He got his. I did not get mine, and I'm very glad of it to this day. What were some of the other awful tattoo ideas I had? We'll discuss this shortly. Thanks for hanging out.
1, 2, 3, and she steps to me with the blinged out style, fake can, silicone for a mile. But hey, I ain't impressed with this. She makes the dirty.com or maybe once or twice a guest list. Got no talent, but she wants to be on TV. She's a model and an actress, just some things you ain't ever seen. Look over there, it's the guy who makes a wide-eyed, rocking the affliction, Gymtown addiction. For people like these, I'm seeing that orange is the new black. A guest pass to his tanning bed is guaranteed to put her on her back. These chicks with the big fake cans, fake tans, big plans on that steroid man. He front like a millionaire but makes 30 grand. Spends most of that paper on the gym and the tan. Can't make the rent, can't make the grade. He couldn't pay the bills but got Versace shades. Now he's broke as a joke, so to feel like a man he gets that HGH and takes a shot in the ass. Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Cause all the silicone is making you look kinda scary. Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Cause shooting steroids in your ass is really kinda scary. You're a model, you say. What kind of sorta? In a way, I take pictures in my bathroom on my phone from my MySpace, which, by the way, is so coming back. So I shoot myself from above and then crop out my huge ass. I guess if Snooki can do it, then so can you, no doubt. As long as you wanna be the skank that gets knocked the hell out, I guess it's kinda worth it if you're in it for the fame. Who needs a real job or self-worth or real friends anyway? You wanna be the one, so try and get it done. Being famous but doing nothing, yeah, I guess it looks like fun. But bear in mind you're trying to be the next Heidi Montag, a plastic-looking fake-ass suicidal freaking hoe bag. Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Cause all the silicone is making you look kinda scary. Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Cause shooting steroids in your ass is really kinda scary. I think that you need to go to rehab for your affliction addiction. Having clothes that scream you're a douchebag is never a good position to take. I know you're an MMA fan, but don't take it too lightly. Just because you watch it on TV, don't try and ultimately fight me. You and I both know I'd drop you in 2 seconds flat. I'd kick you where it hurts from shooting steroids in your ass. Or on that shriveled piece of skin where your testicles used to be. Then burn that Ed Hardy t-shirt so all the chicks can see your back knee. Is notch. Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Cause all the silicone is making you look kinda scary. Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Cause shooting steroids in your ass is really kinda scary. Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Cause all the silicone is making you look kinda scary. Is that really necessary? Is that really necessary? Hey, is that really necessary? Cause shooting steroids in your ass is really kinda scary. An IQ test or be sterilized. Shut up, bitch, shut up now. Keeping it sick is gonna make me smile. Shut your whore mouth, wait till I'm done. Oh God, this is why I just hate everyone. I hate everybody. I hate everyone. Oh, I hate everybody. I hate everyone. I hate everyone. I hate everybody. I hate everyone. Oh, I hate everybody. I hate everyone. Special and neither is your kid. And I hate how you show me the stupid drawing they did. And I hate hipsters and I hate anyone seen. And I hate people that don't go when the light turns green. And I hate people that can't listen who love to talk.
Go ahead, favorite the show and enjoy AD on the go. iHeartRadio presents AD.
So if you're just joining us, we've been talking about Funkhouser's recent forays into internet dating. And he could use a little bit of help in terms of selecting the appropriate profile picture. Well, yeah, some help selecting the appropriate profile picture for his internet dating escapades. And you know what? I mean, why don't you just, if you're listening and you want to help him out, like he wasn't open to this, I was going to just post links to his dating profiles and have people sort of critique them. But why don't you go find Funkhouser on Facebook, Barry Funkhouser? There's not many of those. And why don't you riff through his pictures and try and figure out which ones you find him the most attractive in, ladies, and give him some help. You know, there is one female, though, who has been paying close attention to the show today and has been suggesting photos for Funkhouser's online dating profiles. His mom. Your mom just sent you a whole bunch of pictures that she thinks might help attract the ladies, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I agree, but they're nice. I look like a dork in every single picture I take. That's my problem.
Why don't you sort of like post some of the pictures your mom thinks is good for your dating profile, and we'll look at them and try and figure out if when your mom's trying to figure out if you're sexy or not, she's right.
Okay.
Oh God, this got really uncomfortable.
I feel like all of you guys will be creeping on me later on all my social medias.
What do you mean all you guys are going to be creeping on you? Like,
I mean,
this is the
way.
whole thing. You're putting yourself out there to try and find companionship. You are actively seeking companionship through dating websites, yet you're complaining that we're drawing attention. Therein lies the rub, my friend. You're complaining that we're drawing attention to your social media profiles when you're actively trying to attract people. You are sending, you know what you're doing, Funkhouser? You're sending yourself mixed messages.
It feels like a dentist appointment. That's all it is.
Until all your emotional arrows are pointing in the same direction, you're gonna be getting in your own way and holding yourself up, or some other sort of like touchy-feely crap like that. Go on. Let's roll through what remains of the news and then actually get into the meat of our show. What else has been going on in the world?
Hold on a second. Donald Trump gave out Senator Lindsey Graham's cell phone number to a crowd at a campaign stop in retaliation for Graham calling him a jackass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here's your phone number, all 9 digits.
Yeah. What happens? What happens when he has public disagreements with the Netanyahus of this world? How's that gonna go? Oh yeah. I'm gonna take his lunch money and give Netanyahu an atomic wedgie.
Do you think he's going to win, or do you think he's going to back out at some point?
Donald Trump?
Yeah, because he's the leader right now, isn't he?
He was. Well, I mean, look, the GOP is a field of crazy right now. There's like 16 candidates, I think. So who the hell can keep track of all the people on the right that are hoping to become president? Answer: no one. There's a lot of folks, but they are all fringe wackadoo candidates. Donald Trump, fringe wackadoo. And like we've discussed this on the show a lot, there's many, many things that Donald Trump is absolutely right on the money with, but he's just a ridiculous, ridiculous human being. Like someone that gets into Twitter wars with Rosie O'Donnell. Something about that's just not presidential. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah. Not a thing. Not gonna happen. Not into it. But like everyone, I like Rand Paul, but Rand Paul is just. There's some weird stuff going on. There's just some weird stuff going on the right. It's a little bananas. Like Rand Paul is this guy with some great ideas. But it's just, like, I want to like him. I really do. I think really what I'm projecting onto him is that I want him to be his dad, but less rickety and more confidence-inspiring because he's a younger, more spry version of his dad. But he's not. He does all this religious stuff, and the thing is, I don't think he believes it. I think he's playing the party politics thing. I think he's doing the Republican sort of churchy thing because he needs to get the nomination. And when he gets the nomination, he'll stop playing the religious games. I hope.
We'll see.
If he gets a nomination, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure. But like Trump is an interesting guy. Trump is an interesting individual because he is, in a lot of ways, he is. He makes these great, valid, cogent points. And look, this is America. We're incredibly hardworking, and we want our share. We want money. And it seems like Donald Trump's good at getting money. And we want money. Let's not reduce ourselves to a worship of money. Let's just discuss what money gets you. You know, let's just discuss what money gets you. Why do you work so hard every single day? Well, maybe you've got a friend, maybe not a friend. Maybe you've got a family, maybe you've got kids, and you grind hard. You work hard every single day to give your family the very best that you can. And you want to be able to look after them and look after yourselves and the people that matter the most. And Donald Trump is in a position to do that. So, as much as he's a screaming jerkhole in many sorts of ways, who do you want negotiating on your behalf as a leader of your country? Donald Trump. That's who you want. He's clearly good at doing that, and he speaks to the Americanness that is wanting to go out and get yourself some. Not just for creepy, self-serving reasons, but because we have good intentions, a lot of us. We want to take care of the people that matter the most. And Donald Trump, on paper, looks like he might be able to allow us to do that. But in reality, it all falls down because he just says and does the most ridiculous things ever. But I think he's in it to win it, man. I don't know if he was before. I think he held his press conference so he could go out and declare his net worth because he was looking to get himself some in terms of, I think it was a giant press statement so he could go make deals elsewhere. He wanted a forum to, on a massive media stage, declare his net worth. And I think people coming after him being like, shut up, you're ridiculous, you can't be president, has made him go, you know what, I can be president. Screw it, I'm going to be president. But yeah, I mean, I have to admit, part of me kind of liked that he publicized Lindsey Graham's phone number for calling him a jackass. It was high school tomfoolery at its worst, but it speaks to the goofy radio host in me. I think Trump makes excellent points. I wish Trump wasn't Trump, if that makes sense. I wish you could put the business acumen and the hardline stance on the important issues like border control in the body of someone who didn't get into Twitter wars with Rosie O'Donnell. And you know what? No one's talking about? I still like Giuliani. Why? We'll get into it in a second.
I get talking to people who say you got plenty to say about me. So how come you never ever seem to want to say it to my face? Well, I got a little theory, I think you'll agree that you're not enough of a man to step to me. So when you see me in the street, you got nothing to say. That's a bitch move, punk. Keep my name out of your mouth or you're fixing to get knocked out. If you don't want none of this, back it up, back it up, back it up. Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah. It's not my fault that you're nothing but a failure. So take that mess and go back to your trailer and live on those food stamps like a whore till the day you die. Yeah, or say it to my face if you really want to. It'll give me a chance to ruin you. And if you think that I am joking, just give it a try, cause I'd love it. Keep my name out of your mouth or you're fixing to get knocked out. If you don't want none of this, back it up, back it up, back it up. Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah. You've been talking about me for a long time, but you're too scared to say what's on your mind. You've been talking about me for a long time, but you're too scared to say what's on your mind. Keep my name out of your mouth or you're fixing to get knocked out. If you don't want none of this, back it up, back it up, back it up. Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. You're nothing but a punk, bitch. So walk away, yeah. Oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know.
Delivering fascinating subjects, interesting talk, and boobs and fart jokes. AD on iHeartRadio.
Yeah, oh, let's go. Talking that mess, better act like you know. Oh, let's go tonight. Walk away, punk, yeah, bitch. That's right, I know this. You're nothing but a punk, bitch.
Yeah, so Donald Trump gave out Senator Lindsey Graham's phone number in an immature game of tit for tat, so to speak, after Lindsey Graham called him a jackass over minimizing John McCain's military service. I mean, yeah, he's not a hero. I like people that weren't captured, okay? Well, that whole prisoner of war thing, don't we sort of respect the fact that people made it through the war? If you were a POW, isn't that something that we sort of go, okay, if you saw action, if you were in the military and you saw action, you put your life on the line for us. That's incredible. But if you were like John McCain, shot down behind enemy lines and kept as a prisoner of war for 5 years, isn't that something that we like and revere and historically have always had the utmost respect for? Not if you're Donald Trump. He likes people that weren't captured, okay? Yeah. The field of Republican nominee hopefuls is getting wider and crazier by the minute. And, as long as it's this absolute ridiculous free-for-all, like I said, I still like Giuliani. He was so awesome as mayor of New York. Completely turned it around during a very tough time. Incredible leader during 9/11. Very, very tough on crime. No nonsense. And you know what lost him the election when he did take a stab at it? His lousy relationship with his ex-wife and his kids. They got divorced. The kids sided with her. They actively did a hatchet job on his public image and his presidential campaign. And I just think that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. You know, like there's this weird thing where you want the leader of the free world to be a family man. I get that. I sort of do, because it's just like you want to believe that they have some of the same values as you do in terms of, caring about their family. Yeah. But ultimately, not necessary to be on good speaking terms with your ex-wife to be an effective president of America. It's crazy. I'm annoyed. I would love it if he took another stab at it. I think they just did too good of a job on him last time around, and he's not coming back for anything. I actually think Trump had a shot. The worst thing he did, though, the way he minimized McCain's military service and disrespected the fact that he was a POW, I think that's too much to come back from. But he was ahead out of all the Republican hopeful nominees. I think he had like a 16-point lead over everybody else. It's crazy. It's like we said, money talks in America. Donald Trump has it. He knows how to make it. We as Americans want it. Nothing wrong with that. We want to be able to do the best that we can for the people that matter the most in our lives. And sadly, money is a part of that. Let's not reduce it to some sort of like draconian worship of money and power. We just want to be able to, put a roof over our kids' heads. We want to be able to have them drive a car that doesn't break down. We want them to be able to have a shot in life at going out and making something of themselves, getting them the right education, getting them the right opportunities, putting them in a neighborhood that's not going to be scary. We want these things. And sadly, money's irrevocably tied to all these things. So Trump knows how to make it, and we want a piece of that. And that's why I think he would have made, a very strong candidate in terms of someone who seemed as though like, hey, he might be a jerk, but who do you want negotiating on your behalf when it comes to things like foreign trade? Him. It's clearly good at the negotiating table. When you hear the idiot, moron, ridiculous things that come out of his mouth, you wonder how he ever got anything done. But clearly, he got stuff done. I know he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth in terms of his father's real estate empire, and that could have had a lot to do with it. But still, nevertheless, he's crass, he's ridiculous, but if you could have someone negotiate on your behalf, I bet you'd want it to be Donald Trump. I'm not necessarily a fan of John McCain, but the way that he talks smack about him. Look, anybody that talks smack about any veteran, especially POW veteran, it's too much for me to stomach, and I'm guessing it's too much for the vast majority of America to stomach. Who else do we have going right now? Rand Paul? The worst thing, for my opinion, of Rand Paul, the fact that I'm on his mailing list. I get a minimum 3 emails a day from him begging for money. He hires terrible, terrible people to work for him. He has the speechwriters that copied large passages out of Wikipedia, and whoever is sending the emails on his behalf, I'm like, come on, this is pathetic. And you know what? It comes from like 4 or 5 different email addresses. I didn't even try and sign up on Rand Paul's mailing list. I ended up on there. I've tried to delete myself from there, and it just won't stop. I am being spammed by Rand Paul, and I don't like it. It sucks, and it makes me think less of him. This was a guy that I actually liked. I think where Rand Paul jumped the shark for me as a presidential candidate was this one. He's always campaigning, asking for money. He's like, hey, Hillary's got all the money. I need, what did he call it? A Rand Paul money bomb. I'm asking you to contribute to my Rand Paul money bomb. But he had this thing where I was like, okay, all right, that's it for me. He had this thing where he was like, if you donate money to the Rand Paul money bomb, And I have this. This is not speculation. This is not conjecture. This is a real thing. It happened. I got an email from Rand Paul, as I do 3 or 4 times a day, asking for money. And on more than one occasion, there's been this line in there where it's like, hey, donate money to the Rand Paul Money Bomb and be entered to win an autographed Rand Paul AR-15. And that was it for me. I was like, okay, I'm out. I think Rand Paul's a good guy that hired awful people to work for him. There's this new dude, Kasich. I mean, his main thing is the fact that he's not a fringe wackadoo like absolutely everybody else. I mean, Ted Cruz, again, similar to Rand Paul, but has some fatal flaws. Some of the stuff Ted Cruz says, I really, really like. It really resonates with me. I know a lot of people, my friends in New York and LA, are like, really? Ted Cruz? I was like, dig through the crazy. You're going to find some very interesting, pertinent stuff that I think makes sense to a lot of people if they are willing to look a little deeper. But there's just too much there that makes me go, what the hell are you doing? It mostly comes from his dad being the crazy, psychotic, bigoted preacher that irrevocably ties religion to politics that he is. This is a guy that picked up a gun to install Castro to power in Cuba, found out that Cuba under Castro was not good times, came to America, and has been like this hateful dictatorial guy ever since. I guess the apple didn't fall far from the Castro tree. And it's that thinking that infects everything that Ted Cruz does, because his father, Rafael, has this very large following feeding out of his hand. And if Ted Cruz publicly high-fives his dad on a regular basis, he's going to get that vote. And it's just too much religion being intertwined with politics. Separation of church and state. And they want the exact opposite of that, or at least that's the rhetoric. And that's what gets in the way of anything good. That's what gets in the way of anything good. Kasich is an interesting one because there's Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush is the only sort of moderate guy that is in the field of presidential hopefuls on the right at the moment. He's the only sort of like not fringe wackadoo candidate besides Jeb Bush. And Jeb Bush has that whole thing of being part of the Bush dynasty, and I don't think anybody really, really wants that. It might wind up happening, but the right needed someone that was a little less wackadoo, a little more of a moderate, a little less crazy going on. And Kasich could be that. I think what might hold him back, though, is if you look at pictures of Kasich and his wife looks a lot like a younger piece of ass. And I don't care. I didn't care that Rudy Giuliani doesn't have a good speaking relationship with his ex-wife and his kids. But I think America might care. And I think there might only be sort of like a 15-year age gap between Kasich and his wife, but she looks a lot younger. She looks a lot more vivacious. And he looks a little rough. He looks like he's been through it a little bit. And I think, well, like I said, she kind of looks too much like he went out and picked up a hot piece of ass after he got divorced. And I think America has a problem with that. Otherwise, we might be, thinking about who we're going to elect to replace President Rudy Giuliani. I don't know. We'll wait and see. We shall wait and see, my friends. Enough of this speculation. Do we have any more news, Funkhouser?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
We always have news.
We always have news. We're almost out of show, though.
Yeah.
Wow. It doesn't look like we're going to get to the sexiest members of Congress, though.
We can do that
if you want to check it out,
want.
There's a website called sexycongress.net. The sexiest female is a Democratic congresswoman from Hawaii called Tulsi Gabbard. She is rather easy on the eyes. You looking at her? What do you think?
No, I was talking to somebody that was chatting with us on Spreaker. Matt says, can't say I would vote for Trump, but damn, he is a good troll. I love it.
He's entertaining. You know what we have on the right? We have lots of people we've got lots and lots of folks who are entertaining, who are good for the mix, that keep things interesting. And we don't have a good, solid, hey, I like the cut of that guy's jib. We've got lots of people that keep it interesting, lots of people that are excellent trolls, lots of people that are out there and have some out there ways of thinking that get them a lot of attention. But do we have someone that we can put our head down on the pillow at night and be like, oh, it'll be okay. He's in charge. I don't feel like we do. So, yeah, this is why you shouldn't name your baby whatever happens to be trendy at the moment. According to the baby name website, nameberry.com, The trendiest name for boys at the moment is Atticus. It's because Atticus Finch is the hero of the legendary book To Kill a Mockingbird. It was announced that Harper Lee was putting out a sequel earlier this year. Finally, all these years later. And all these people that had named their kids Atticus were like, yes, our child's namesake will be appearing in literature again, thereby cementing him, thereby cementing our boy as this person that has something akin to one of the great American novels. Fantastic. One rather large problem, though. When the sequel came out last week, turned out, see, there's a 20-year gap between To Kill a Mockingbird and Go Set a Watchman. Like, when you look at the story, it picks up 20 years after To Kill a Mockingbird left off. And there's a big problem. It turns out in the 20 years that have gone down in history in the world of To Kill a Mockingbird, between that and the new book To Go Set a Watchman, Harper Lee made Atticus a big-time racist, like really, really racist. So you have all these folks so proud, so pleased, so full of the joys of life that they've got a child with a name that is irrevocably associated with a great American figure in literature, and turns out, yeah, his reputation takes a beating in the second book, and Atticus was a name that you want to disassociate with quickly because Atticus is now synonymous with a giant racist. After Atticus, the 10 trendiest names for boys are Asher. What after that rapper, Asher Roth? Ezra. If you had parents that were kids in the 90s, as many newborn children do today, Ezra. It just means that you're going to go to playgroup or something like that and be like, oh, yeah, my kid's better than Ezra. Oh, God, I look forward to doing that. Silas, Declan, Wyatt, Oliver, Henry. I bet the people naming their kids Henry are naming them after Henry Rollins.
What is this, the Old West? Wyatt?
Yeah. Yeah, Wyatt. Oliver's a good name. Oliver is a good, strong name.
Sounds like a stowaway.
Stowaway? See, Oliver was my grandfather's name. Oliver does sound like a street urchin because of, the noted musical, but whatever. Henry, Milo, that's a cool name. People that read Bloom County name their kids Milo. And Jude. Oh, yeah, if you want your kid's ass kicked on the playground on a regular basis for having a name that can be confused with girls. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just kids can be a little judgmental. I know this because going through life with the name Adrian and having everyone be like, hey, the only other Adrian I know is a girl, get him, was an illuminating experience.
Other times you feel like it's cool to turn the other cheek and give people the benefit of the doubt even when they don't deserve it.